Hello and welcome to episode 4 of Obsidian Talks. I'm joined here by this time an actual special guest and not just the co-host. The internet famous celebrity YouTuber CJ Civ.
Hello,
Say hello.
everyone. Hi. Yeah, my name is Connor, also known as CJ Civ. I make videos about Star Wars sometimes and other stuff. You can follow me at youtube.com/CJCiv. Gotta get that rep right out of the bat. Uh, why am I doing the intro? This is your show.
Ah,
I
got
didn't think you'd drop this on me so fast. I thought I'd get more of an intro to bounce off of.
Okay, well, I guess today we'll be doing a segment called Sleep Deprived Anime, where I basically force my friends into watching anime series they haven't watched before. We start around 8 o'clock and we binge from then on instead of sleeping. Today, Connor, what will we be doing?
We're watching Cowboy Bebop, a show I have never seen. I don't know very much about it other than the theme song is a jam, and it kind of inspired Firefly, which is one of my favorite shows. Too bad it doesn't end. I'm not really an anime guy. I find it kind of annoying a lot of the times, but this looks really good. I've always wanted to watch this show, and
It's a classic.
yeah, it looks really cool.
Awesome. Well, since we are watching Cowboy Bebop, there will be spoilers, and we're only going to be watching the series today. I'll talk about that a bit later in the post-watch. But yeah, anything else to add before we start, Connor?
I don't know, man. It's your show. You tell me. Is there anything we missed?
Okay, well, in that case, we'll get started. The current time is 7:46 p.m., and we'll see you in a little while.
This is gonna be a very long night.
Ever heard this story?
Huh?
There once was a tiger-striped cat. This cat died 1,000,000 deaths, revived and lived 1,000,000 lives, and he was owned by various people who he didn't really care for. The cat wasn't afraid to die. Then one day, the cat became a stray cat, which meant he was free. He met a white female cat, and the two of them spent their days together happily. Well, years passed, and the white cat grew weak and died of old age. The tiger-striped cat cried 1,000,000 times, and then he died too. Except this time, he didn't come back to life.
Yeah, it's a good story.
I hate that story.
Huh?
So, welcome back to Sleep Deprived Anime. The time is currently 6:59 a.m., and we just finished Bebop.
I'm very tired.
Yeah, so since this is your first episode,
It was a
Connor, how
long
you
week.
doing?
I don't want to come back. Uh, no, this was all right. This was fine. I'm honestly doing pretty well. I had a moment, probably the third or fourth last level, where my head just was kind of spinning, and I
Last
was like,
level, yeah.
or oh man, maybe I am pretty. Third to last episode, my head was kind of fuzzy. It was like, what's going on? It's but no, I'm doing all right, but I'm pretty tired. How are you doing?
As always, I'm tired, but, Bebop is great, and it's
Yeah,
worth it.
it's
Definitely worth it.
This was really good. I expected that to like it. I've seen a little bit of this before, like just kind of around it, and just I like space cowboys, and that's what this was. It was pretty good. It was about what I expected it to be, for good and for bad. I wasn't. Well, I guess there were plot twists I didn't know were coming. Yeah, show's a banger. Really liked it. It's
Nice. Well, so before we get into the politics of the remake and why you shouldn't watch it, let's get some of the starter stuff out of the way first. Normally, this is the part of the episode where I ask who best girl is, but Bebop doesn't really have a competition.
No, it's the cowboy guy.
Instead, oh, absolutely.
or the femboy with the tits for some reason.
Yeah.
But no, it's the cowboy.
The cowboy?
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
Oh, okay. Well, then who was your favorite character of the Bebop? Like, the crew?
Cowboy Bebop was the best character.
Thank you, Connor.
No, Spike or Jet are tied for
Pick
my
one.
favorite. But they're both cool.
Pick one.
Shit, this is hard actually. I must say Jet. Jet was pretty badass. but Spike is a very, very close second.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Ed kind of got on my nerves, but she wasn't. I didn't want to hit her with a stick or anything. She was fine. And Faye was pretty good too.
Nice. Yeah, as I'm sure you've heard, this series is kind of seen as one of the greatest anime, series ever, right? You kind of talked about how it was pretty much exactly what you were expecting it to be for the most part.
For the most part.
Yeah. But you still really enjoyed it overall?
Yeah, I didn't know, it was what I expected in terms of quality. I had no idea what the plot or anything was going to be. But it was about as good as I thought it was going to be. I was going to say something. What was I? It was good.
Fair enough.
I had a sentence. I totally
very
lost
tired.
it. Yeah, maybe I'm more tired than I thought I was.
Yeah, so I'm sure you noticed all the musical references and stuff for the episode titles.
Yeah, it was cool.
Did you have a favorite episode?
I like the one with the monkey virus.
The monkey virus?
I mean, it's not very scientifically accurate, but it was pretty cool. I also finale was really, really good. And I liked the one with the cowboy because it was really stupid and it was funny.
See You Space Samurai?
Yeah, that one was hilarious. Because the fucking cowboy guy was really funny. The one on the snow planet, or I guess it was a moon, with the fanboy and Vicious. That one was really good too. There was only one episode I did not like. It was the one with the refrigerator and the goo in it. That one was so fucking stupid. They don't really explain what the thing is. Everybody dies at the end, and that's just not explained.
Yeah.
And that can't be the canonical end of the show for many reasons. It's just not explained. They just die. It's just weird. It's just not good.
Yeah, my favorite episode has kind of always been My Funny Valentine. That's when we first kind of find out about Faye.
That one was
I
good
do
too.
really, really like Faye as a character because you're introduced to her and she's just kind of the girl of the group, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she's like that for a fair bit until that episode where we find out she is from the past, right? Like she's
cool.
from before the whole lunar accident, right? Which is really
Just
cool.
ignore that.
And then they keep going more into it as they get on, right? And
Yes.
that's one thing I like is, well, kind of except for Ed, but kind of sort of, they
get
really
into
do
it.
spend a lot of time developing the characters. And you even mentioned, it's not Spike's show.
Yeah.
They do spend a lot of time with the other characters, which is really, really fun to see. And they're really good at building out the characters that way.
They all get to have little adventures.
Yeah.
Even Ed, who had the weird mushroom episode. I didn't really like that one very much either, but it was better than the one with the fridge and the goop. Yeah, I really hated that episode. That one was really bad.
Yeah.
They all got little adventures. They all got to do different things, and I like that because I did expect going into this it to be Spike's show, and I'm glad it wasn't because I like the other characters a lot.
Yeah, and with that, I think it's kind of time to go into the remake, the live action series.
We barely talked about the original.
I know, we'll get there, but I think it's time.
I've never even seen the live action.
I know,
remake.
and this is why I'm going to tell you not to watch.
Oh, I'm gonna watch it. It looks really funny. It looks terrible, but it looks really funny.
So, going into it, I had extremely high hopes. Zero expectations, but extremely high hopes, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of fan excitement for it, and John Cho even said he's a big fan, and he was saying that the fans will be happy about it, right? And honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you.
John, that one didn't age so well.
It's not well at all. I genuinely stopped watching it. I couldn't even finish it. I got to the part where there was a sex scene with Faye. And yeah, that was where I stopped watching. Connor, your face went completely dead.
Wait, who did she have a sex
Some
scene with?
random mechanic lady that has no reason to be in the story at all.
Okay, yeah, because I was thinking that she banged somebody at some point. No, she didn't.
No,
that didn't
she
happen.
did not
actually.
at all.
Yeah.
And yeah,
It's
that was kind of
implied,
where
but
I
they don't
decided I was done.
Yeah,
There
that's
was
fair.
it wasn't the only bad thing. That was kind of the straw that broke the back, right?
Yeah. Casting in
Yeah.
the live action one's really good though.
The casting was like you could not have picked a better Spike than John Cho.
Yeah, he's
like,
really good.
Genuinely, he.
I've seen about maybe 5 minutes of the show.
Yeah, like he looks the part, and they somehow even got the anime hair in, which is awesome.
That's
And
because he doesn't exactly have it. That's something I really liked about the originals. Nobody has like these insane anime designs. Like it's not super anime-y, which, like on an art perspective. I mean, I'm not a huge anime guy, but like particularly the early '90s or mid '90s to late '90s, I guess. They had a certain style to them that was not as extreme as it is now with a lot of stuff. I don't know if that makes any sense. As kind of an outsider to anime, that's just kind of what I've seen.
oh yeah, definitely.
But they look actually like human beings in Cowboy Bebop.
They don't have eyes 3 times the size of their head.
They look. I mean, they're not realistically proportioned. Faye and Spike's legs take up 2/3 of their body, but it's not like it's not a. I'm not. I'm clearly looking at a human being. I'm not. The animation in general with this show, exceptional.
Yeah, there's some.
Everybody
The
knows that.
scenery. Oh boy.
We were both watching it. We just had moments where we were just looking. It's like, God damn, that looks amazing.
It does. Like all the space shots.
Even when there's
chef's
some
kiss. They were so good.
Janky TV early 2000s CGI.
Yeah.
That one. There's a couple moments where you're looking. It's like, oh, that does. I think one of the pirates, or there's the episode where they had the pirates and they had the weird virus, where they went to that weird mechanic guy. I think it's that episode where there was a spinning space station kind of thing. It might have been a different episode.
That was the casino episode where we first meet Faye. I think it's the one you're thinking about.
No, that's not what I'm thinking about. But that is the same thing.
Yeah.
There was a space station or a spaceship or something like that where it just looked rough. It's not enough to ruin the show or anything, but that's kind of my only. That might actually be one of my only complaints with the entire show. Beyond, Ed was kind of annoying.
That's fair.
And I don't like the episode with the goo. Those are kind of my only complaints. I really, really liked this. We
Yeah,
kind
that's
of got off topic. Did you have more points about the live action
Oh, I
remake?
for sure did. But that's okay.
I'm sorry. Do you want to come back to that?
Yeah, sure. We can come back to that. Like, I mean, I'm sure you've seen the memes. The porn sign and the "you are black and you are male." Probably the worst written line in
It's so funny.
in TV history.
It's
Like,
such a funny line.
it's just there was so much potential for it because, like, obviously the original series is so well loved
It's
and
really
like
good.
they could have done so much with it. And there's this one meme I saw that just they put Seinfeld audio over one of the scenes and it fit better than the actual audio, and that's when you know there's something wrong with your show. I mean, if that's what you're going for, okay, but like they turned it into a joke.
I would love Seinfeld in space.
Yes. Yes. And like they also kind of ruined the story because like the whole big plot twist with Julia being alive, that was in the first episode.
Well, I totally called it.
Yeah, I know, but like it was the third last episode where Julia showed up, right? In this one, but she's in the first episode. And like you find out about Faye's whole backstory right off the bat. She already knows about it.
Oh,
like at the beginning of the live action.
the whole point. Then.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like it just kind of ruins a lot of the character development, right? Because like they know right off the bat this stuff, and yeah
that kind of defeats the whole point.
Exactly.
That was kind of what it, because it starts off like you mentioned. Faye is just like a cool girl with. They clearly did put signs where like the debt and stuff. Like there is clearly something with her, but not what wound up happening.
Yeah. So another thing that kept coming up is the music.
It's good.
Oh, it's so good.
It's really good.
I don't think there's a single track in that show that I don't like.
There were definitely tracks I didn't like, but they worked for the context of the show. I wouldn't change them. Like I just wouldn't listen to them on their own.
That's fair.
They were perfect for the context of the show.
Yeah, they fit the mood perfectly, and there was just some incredible moments where the music just like perfectly fit. Yeah. And like the last scene of Spike going up the tower.
I was about to say that actually.
The real folk
where
blues
he's coming up the tower.
Oh, it was so good.
I think that might be the best use of music. There were others as well. Remember in the one with the weird kid that doesn't age?
The harmonica.
You kept gushing about the harmonica.
So good.
Yeah, it worked pretty well.
So good.
I don't like harmonica music, but it was really, really well done in that episode.
Yeah.
There were other episodes where the music, I just kept thinking, like, God damn, this works perfect. Really, the ending where Faye goes off to find her backstory, and then where Ed and Ein leave. The music in that scene, where they're just sitting around, just plowing through eggs.
That was sad.
Music. That one's really, really well done. And of course, the theme song, fucking exceptional, banger. Yeah. One of the best TV theme songs of all time.
Very good.
It's amazing.
Yeah, and next up, before I forget, you kept asking about Bandai and the connection between Bandai.
Bandai, the company that produces models and toys and things like that, is apparently involved in the production of this show. I want to know why.
So this series was pitched by Bandai. They wanted a series with spaceships to help them sell spaceship toys.
I mean, that many spaceships in this show.
I know, that's the thing. And so, like, Bandai, pretty much all the instructions they were given was make a show to help us sell. Like, make a show that has to do with spaceships.
Huh.
Do whatever you want. And so this is what came out of that. And so that's why Bandai's involved. Is because it was made to be a series to help them sell toys.
Huh.
And then we got the masterpiece that is...
Well, that didn't work out well at all.
Yeah, but we did end up with Cowboy Bebop. So I wouldn't really complain, but yeah.
Yeah, because, like, there's a lot of spaceships in this show, but there's no spaceships except maybe, like, the main threes. The main four, with the Bebop, and then their 3 little starfighters. Those are really the only ones I'd go and be like, yeah, I want a model of that or a toy or whatever to go with my 3.5-inch figure of Spike, which I clearly have.
Yeah.
All the other spaceships are not on screen for... I mean, I guess you see the police spaceships every now and again. Ooh. I have nothing against that design, but I don't really need it. Most spaceships are only seen on screen for a little bit, and they don't really... That's not the focus. Or, like, I think one of the only examples of a ship that's not in the main 4 is focused on is the trucker lady that had... I guess that's focused on... Yeah, VT.
Yeah.
But it's a rectangle.
Yeah.
And I think this design of that spaceship is fine for what it is. It's it's a trucker. It's fine. But I don't need a toy of it. I can go outside and get like a fucking Toblerone and paint that shit.
Close enough.
This Toblerones are triangular, but
well, that's why
this ship was semi-triangular, semi-rectangular.
Okay, Connor.
You know what I mean. It's not a square, but it's not. Okay, leave it in.
It's not a square, but it's not a triangle.
I'm tired. It's a rhombus, we'll say.
Okay, we'll go with that. It is a shape. One of the things, though, too, that I even said to you was, like, the last scene with Spike and the Bebop and, like, the tiger-striped cat and Faye saying, like, why are you going to die? Like...
Oh, yeah, that was really
That's
good.
such a hard-hitting scene, like, because...
That was very well written.
You know, the Jet one, right? Like, that's the last conversation Jet has with his best friend.
It's the last thing he says in the whole show.
Yeah.
Same with Faye.
No, I know, but, like,
actually,
that's the
just
thing,
put that
right?
together.
Like,
that's the last thing they say.
Yeah,
it's
the last time they had anything to say to Spike.
Huh.
And it's really sad, like, thinking about it, right? Because it's you think when you're watching it, it's just kind of, just a conversation between the two friends, but, like...
Yeah.
Especially the Jet one, because, like, the Faye one is a
especially.
lot more implied of, like, a... an emotional sense.
I'm so glad they didn't make them romantic to each other.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been so boring.
Yeah.
It's like it's kind of implied that maybe it's sort of a will they won't they in a few episodes,
yeah,
but not really.
No.
That would have been just boring.
But
we don't
Spike
need
is the most based character in history.
He's so
he
based.
He hates children, women, and pets.
A true gamer.
A true gamer.
There's a lot of based characters. But yeah, that last conversation was exceptional. Though the interactions between the main crew of the Bebop, really good. like Spike and Jet, they're friends, but they're not infallible. They don't get along all the time. They fight, they bicker, they have disagreements, but at the end of the day, they still got each other's back.
Yep.
I really like that. And Faye, they don't really like Faye, but they also kind of need her, and they do like her, but they know she's just gonna betray them one day.
Yeah, they're just kind of accepting it.
They
Every single time she leaves, they're just like, well, she's gone again.
I guess this
like,
is happening.
Yeah.
And then they just kind of tolerate Ein. He's just there.
He is just.
They don't really like him, but they're like, well, we can't get any money off him, so we may as well just keep him.
Yeah.
And then same thing with Ed. It's like, well, sometimes she's helpful.
She's 12.
We'll just
we
leave
can't
her
really
alone.
abandon
Yeah.
her.
She'll be fine.
Yeah.
Sometimes, well, fucking hell, that cardboard cutout I forgot was there. I saw him out of the corner of my eye.
He's my other co-host when Abram's not here.
The life-sized cardboard cutout of Mark Messier.
Yes.
I forgot he was standing
He
there,
watches
and I
over us.
Saw him out of the corner of my eye. Gave me a fucking heart attack. It's been a long night.
Sure has.
But the character interactions is exceptional, and I really like. Actually, it's not something I like or dislike. They really, really focus on those main 4 characters.
Oh yeah.
There's not a whole lot of other reoccurring side characters.
What about the 3 guys?
There's the 3 old guys, which don't really count as characters. There's
They're the best characters.
There's the 2 TV hosts on the little show that they had for bounty hunters. There was like Jet's cop friend. That's kind of all I think that's. Oh, and of course Sephiroth.
Yes.
Victorious.
Sephiroth was very
Victorious.
Victorious.
Vicious.
Yes, I love the Nickelodeon TV show
Victorious.
Victorious, starring Victoria Justice.
Yes, Vicious. I guess he was reoccurring as well.
Yeah.
So he's the main villain though. That doesn't really count.
That's true.
But there's like no supporting cast to this, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah, like, because that really, the more, like, supporting characters you have, the more focus you take away from the main characters, right? Mm-hmm. So, I don't think that's always a bad thing,
the show
as long
doesn't
as
need
it's done
it.
right.
Yeah, I don't think it
this
needs
is a perfect example of doing main characters right, and having a main character-driven story, right? Like,
I'd rather we understand the small core group of characters and fucking hiccups than get 200 characters that are all really cool, but they don't do anything.
Yeah, exactly. And, like, so many people died in this show that,
They
like,
kill
introduce
so
a
many
character
people.
and then everyone dies. And
They
like,
have zero hesitation with killing people.
Yeah.
They don't care. And I think that's good. It's refreshing to actually get characters. I mean, there is stuff where they will kill. I'm not saying they don't. But in shows like this, the main character, they don't love to kill people. They'll do it, but there's always like, oh, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
It's like anything in like Star Wars or Firefly or other sci-fi things. I don't know why I can't think of any good examples. They won't. Well, Firefly is the closest thing I have as a reference. They will kill people. They will, but they don't. They don't go. It's not their go-to. If they don't have to, they won't do it. In this, they don't care. They will kill them. The only reason they don't kill most people is because they want money out of them.
Yeah.
If they can't get money out of them, they will kill them.
Yeah. Half of their bounties fail.
These are
'cause
bad
they just end
people.
up dying. Yeah.
And they keep them bad people. There's no little redemption arc at the end. There's no, I mean, they're not evil, but they're not trying to make them good people. They're not good people.
Yeah.
I've said the word people too many times in the last sentence.
Yeah, so about the movie, because you kept
Yes.
asking about the movie,
We didn't
and
watch
we
the
did
movie.
not watch the movie today.
I'm too tired to watch the
I
movie.
will say, I do really like the movie. It is really good.
I'll probably watch it on my
but,
own.
you know, Connor was dying already about halfway through this series, so there was
you
no
were
way we were adding. Yeah, so
Equally
was
as bad
but,
as
like,
I am. You cannot.
Yeah, but I've
say,
done
like,
this before.
Oh, Connor was too much of a little bitch to do this. Like, you were worse than I was for a lot of this.
Nah, it's fine.
That's. If I didn't have to drive home after this, I probably would have said, fuck it, let's watch the movie. But I do. So, yeah, I am interested to watch the movie. I'll
Yeah,
probably do it on
and
my own.
I would recommend watching it. It's just my biggest thing with it, though, too, is it takes place between 22 and 23, which is right after the Cowboy episode. and it fits. Like, it's fine to watch it there, but like, it feels weird to split up the episodes almost in a way. Like the 22 and 23 aren't like super story heavy ones. They're kind of more of the episodic ones, but I still feel awkward placing it in between. And once I finish the series,
The show is paced very well.
yeah, exactly. Like after the end of the last episode, I don't want to watch the movie, right? Like I'm not.
Yeah,
At least
I
not like
will.
immediately after.
I
Right?
will
like,
watch it, but the ending's pretty heavy.
It's really heavy.
It is
and,
bleak.
Like, it is. Yeah. Oh yeah.
It is bleak and just melancholy, and it's heavy.
Yeah.
They even say at the end, "You're gonna carry this shit forever. Fucko, have fun."
Yeah.
But yeah, you can't like going back to them. Oh yeah, everything's fine. It's gonna be weird, but I will watch the movie though.
Yeah.
I think because I really enjoyed this.
Yeah, definitely. I'm glad you enjoyed it because, like you said, you're not a big anime person, right?
No,
And so
it's not that I hate anime. It's just that I despise it. No, there is anime I enjoy, but there's just a lot of. I hate how anime is always so horny. I don't love it. It's just annoying. I'm not that kind of guy, and I hate how every character always sounds like they're getting railed every time they speak, particularly the more modern anime, and I hate how everybody always makes noises every time they move. They always grunt. It's so annoying. And a lot of times I just don't like the animation. Don't get me wrong, there is absolutely gorgeous and gorgeously animated shows out there. I'm not saying there isn't, but a lot of times I just don't like them. I hate how their characters are drawn.
yeah, no, that's totally fair.
But this I liked.
So I'm really glad that I found something that you were first off willing enough to do an episode on, and second off that you genuinely did enjoy.
It was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, and we might end up doing another episode. Potentially. There was a long sigh there, so we'll have to see. But
I'm down to come back. I enjoyed this.
Yeah, I think it went well, and I think we should definitely try another one.
Keep my
So,
5-pound bag of trail mix I bought.
Yeah.
Didn't really eat.
baby.
I got pressured into buying snacks at the start of this, and I was like, I'm not hungry, but fuck it, I'm gonna buy this bag of trail mix.
And then you ate your trail mix.
A little
You
bit,
loved it.
yeah. It's fine.
so happy.
Yeah, it's fine. It's trail mix. It's not like I'd die for trail mix. I had more things I wanted to say about the show. I got distracted. It's good. You should watch it if you haven't seen it. Did you have more points on your list?
All that's left for me is final thoughts. And your
It's good.
rating.
I enjoyed it. I think I'd give this like a 9. There were a few episodes I didn't like and a few dumb things. Like, it's one of those shows you can watch and you can kind of just think when they do something. It's like, huh, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But it doesn't really matter because, like, it's a cartoon. Physics don't really apply. And
Also, they're in space.
they're in space. So
50 years in the future.
like
so,
there's
like,
like Spike blows himself out of the window of his ship on one episode, and he goes into a different ship, and he's like holds his breath. Yeah, you'd fucking die if you tried to do that. If you held your breath, your lungs would explode. It's not going to work, but who gives a shit? It doesn't matter. This is not really a complaint. Some of their spaceships are designed weird, and the rules are not fully consistent on how they work, particularly the gravity. Some parts of their ship appear to have gravity just normal. You'd expect it to be in sci-fi shows like this. But in others, they have like a 2001 style, like 2001 A Space Odyssey, with like the spinning disc that goes around where you walk around, or like that. But only that part of it seems to not have gravity affected, and parts of the ship doesn't have gravity. It's just weird that they're not fully consistent with how that works. I would have liked, like, the world building in this show is really, really good. You get to know how the world works, how each planet is different. You get a good feel for how they work. There's a pretty rich history to it with a lot of planets. but the ships were the only thing that, but like a lot of things you can look at, like the warp gates, for example. You get how that works. They're very clear with, you go into it, you go real fast, but it's sort of like a weird little dimension. You're not like in Star Wars or Star Trek or something. You don't just go real fast. It's like you're going physically through like another dimension. You're not. They're very clear with how it works. They show the consequences of if this breaks, this is what happens.
Yeah. Pretty tragic too. Like if you're
tragic,
stuck in a warp gate that closes,
killed those people.
Yeah, you're in. you're there, but you can never interact with the world again.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
that one was kind of odd actually. With the one we're thinking about is the monkey one, which I think is probably my favorite episode. Because it was really stupid and fun, but not goofy. I just liked it. No, I was goofy. I take that back. I don't know. I liked it. Shit. Now I lost my train of thought. They just leave all those people, or the mom from Futurama, and all those. Her design and the way they always refer to her as mom just reminded me as mom from Futurama, and especially like her kids as well, the way they talk to her just gave me Futurama vibes. They are just trapped eternally. Yep. That's horrible. But I remember my point. There was no real reason for the Bebop crew to really be in that episode. They didn't really do anything at the end of it. Because they don't actually solve the rocket problem.
Well,
the police just figures it out on their own. It's like, yeah, you guys are fine. We're just going to do this. Just get out of the way or you're going to be trapped forever. They didn't really need to be in it.
Yeah.
Because the police are just like, all right, yeah, okay, we'll just turn the gate off. Sure, whatever. They're just kind of there. They try to help, but they don't succeed. Kind of like Indiana Jones, like the first one, where it doesn't really matter. You could cut them out, there'd be the same result.
Yeah, pretty much.
I had other thoughts about the show. My brain is too addled to do this. Yeah, overall, maybe an 8 or a 9.
8 or 9 swordfish sounds good.
8 or 9 swordfish, yeah.
So high recommendation then.
I really recommend this.
I don't think Abram has given a 9 yet. So that's saying something.
I only watched 2 of your episodes. Didn't he give Evangelion a 10?
I thought he gave it an 8.
I don't remember. It's your show.
I don't remember things.
I listened to it. But
Avram, you're going to listen to this. Tell me what you gave Ava. I don't want to watch that for a 9th time.
Just comment below what you said in a different episode.
Yeah.
Show's really good. I really, really recommend this. I mean, nobody watching this at this point hasn't seen it. The only people that are watching this have seen this. I really recommend it. From someone who doesn't really like anime, this is good. This is worth watching. And if you do like anime too, like it's one of the most popular shows of all time for a reason. It's really good. Something I am really surprised of is that they haven't done more with this, because at the end of it, because Spike's dead.
Yeah,
they're pretty much capped him off.
Yeah,
but Faye and Jet are still out there. They can still do things. Ed's out there. I mean, Ed's pretty wrapped up. I don't know.
Ed's doing Ed stuff.
She's just gonna do Ed stuff on the planet the whole time on Earth. There's not much story there, but Faye and Jet, they've got all kinds of stuff they can do. I'm just really surprised they haven't done. I don't think you need to. No. I'm just surprised they haven't.
Well, they made the movie. Which came after, and then
then
the
they
live
made the live action.
But yeah, no, I get what you mean. Like even like OVAs, like you'd think they would do like one for each, right? Like, those would be neat to see. Like you said, we don't need them, and I would totally watch them too. But like, it's not something I would push for. Like if they happen, they happen. But yeah,
just because this is so popular and everybody loves it, and especially because Netflix has the rights. Yeah, because they made that live action one. Yeah. Honestly, I think in the next few years they probably will do something with it, because the live action one bombed so hard. They spent all that money getting the rights to it and then immediately fucked it up. Yeah. I think they'll do something with that.
Yeah, well, it'll be exciting to see what they do, because it is a banger of a series.
It's really good.
Yeah. I think if there's nothing else, we'll conclude it up then.
I think, that was probably... How long does this recording? Or I don't know where your time codes are. Oh, 33 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, in that case, thank you for listening, and thanks, Connor, for joining me. Go check out his YouTube on youtube.com/CJCiv.
Yeah, I also
Give him
have
10 million subscribers.
Yes, please. I also have my own podcast that I do with my brother. It's called the Boinks and CJ Civ. Very cool podcast. It's on YouTube. It's on Apple. It's on Spotify. It's good. Go watch it.
Nice. Awesome. Well, we'll see you guys next time for more Obsidian Talks.
Yeah.
You're going to carry that weight.
That's so heavy. It's...
Okay, is it going to...
Oh my god. Just zoom out while we're here. Just cut this in post.
Yeah. We can do that. Okay, there we go. Okay,